Good morning, happy Thursday, and welcome to another YouTube video. If you are new here, my name is Georgia and I'm a women's online health and fitness coach, and I help women step into their ultimate confidence, dropping at least 10 kilos of body fat and leveling up their lifestyle. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for another video. Today is going to be a little bit more of a chill one. I thought we would maybe spend the morning together and I could take you on my gym session today, which is probably my most feared session of the week, just because it is hard and it is a long session as well, and it's also kind of like a double session. So yeah, I thought we could spend the morning together. I could show you guys what I get up to and obviously take you to the gym with me as well and show you a little bit of what my training looks like at the moment. I am currently training for a Hyrox, which is in November this year, so we're currently August? Yes, and like towards the end of August. So we have basically got 3 months until my Hyrox. I go on holiday next week, and actually probably by the time this goes up I will be on holiday because I'm filming this the Thursday before I go away. So yeah, I'll be on holiday. I'm gonna have a little bit of a deload over like the period of time that I am away, and then when I come back I go into my full sort of like crunch time Hyrox prep. And right now my main training aims, aside from maintaining body weight from like a physique standpoint, my main training aims are to increase speed with runs and just get as strong as possible, so that when I go into that Hyrox prep I'm in a really like, I've got a good baseline behind me basically. So yeah, today's session is a lower body day. It is a glutes and hamstrings day, and then I have a conditioning block at the end, which is about 20 to 30 minutes depending on how much time I have. It's an AMRAP and it involves obviously running on fatigued legs because I'm just coming off the back of a leg day, and some more like Hyrox style movements basically. So that is my session today. But right now it is just gone 9:30 in the morning. I have had a much slower start to my day, to be quite honest, which is really nice. Thursday is my programming day and I have 3 client programs to write today. The aim is to get those all done before I go to the gym later today. If not, I will obviously finish them when I get back. So I'm just about to get started on program number 1. But so far this morning, I actually had a bit of a lie-in. Well, I got up at 8 o'clock, which for me is a massive lie-in. I started work by 9 o'clock. I basically cracked on with client messages, did all of that stuff, basically answered everything in my WhatsApp and got all my ducks in a row with regards to like that side of the business. I've also popped on a wash and I have made myself a matcha, taken my supplements, had my kefir, had my litre of water, so we're ready to crack on with the matcha now that I'm gonna be starting work. So yeah, time to get into kind of like the main, I guess, aim of my day. I'm also probably going to try and go to the spa for a sauna after my workout today. I was meant to go last week but had to abort mission because I didn't have enough time, so I want to make sure that I am getting these programs done for my clients so I can have that time to go in the sauna. Recovery hasn't been the best recently. My body is definitely in need of a deload, which is why obviously we penciled that in alignment with me being on holiday. I will definitely still train on holiday. I love training abroad. Where we're going, I always go back to the same gym, so I know a lot of people who train there, so it's just a really nice environment, and training in a Spanish gym is just so much fun. I feel like everyone's really friendly there. No one trains with headphones, which is so cool, so people actually talk to each other. Obviously they talk in Spanish, so my Spanish is not very good, but it's just nice to be in like a bit more of like a friendly feeling environment, I think, because sometimes I think people in UK gyms can be very sort of like, well, everyone's just there for themselves, which is absolutely fine, but everyone's got their headphones in, like everyone's in the zone, but it just feels like a lot more of like a community out there, which I really like. Plus I love their music out there, so the music is great in the gym, whereas if I didn't have my headphones and I went to train at my gym, like the David Lloyd music, if you're a David Lloyd member and you're watching this, you'll know it's just not great. So yeah, I actually did train for my last Hyrox predominantly with no headphones because that was when my headphones broke. If you're around at that point in my training, then you're an OG. You all know the struggles that we went through, so yeah, definitely don't want that. But yeah, anyway, I digress. I will be doing a deload on holiday, so basically I want to make sure that I'm recovering as well as possible in the like last push of this training block. So I did talk to my coach about doing, you know, things like sauna and stuff like that. Like I'm so lucky I have that at the gym that I go to. Like we have a lovely spa, but I don't often use it, so I need to make sure I am utilising it and I am putting my recovery first, obviously alongside everything else I do with my sleep, my stress management, my nutrition, my hydration and everything like that. So that is something that I am trying to prioritise and after a big session like today, it is a really nice feeling to be able to go and sit in the sauna. So that's the aim for today, but I'm going to crack on with these programs, and then I will probably catch up with you guys in a bit for my breakfast, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So with that being said, this is a very long intro, but let's get into the video. Okay, we are officially at 11 o'clock. I cannot believe how quickly this morning has gone, but my matcha has been drunk. I am a good chunk through my programming, like I'd say 75% done, which I'm really, really happy with. I feel like with me and work, I either work at the speed of lightning and work really efficiently, or I can literally feel like I'm working like a snail. And I must say this week has been a good week for productivity. Obviously with me going away next week, I am basically working a little bit ahead of time to make sure that my clients are all sorted and basically everything that I need to prep in advance is prepped. So yeah, it's been a busy week and I feel like I'm kind of on a bit of a roll at the moment, but I've also got into the habit of actually leaving my phone and my iPad outside of my office, just because I find when I'm working on my like laptop, obviously I have like WhatsApp and everything on there that I like speak to my clients on anyway, but when I can kind of like minimize that tab and I literally just have one like screen to focus on, I just find I'm far more focused. I get a good chill playlist on at the same time and I just crack on basically. So that's been really helping me with my productivity. But like I said, matcha is drunk. This is definitely tiding me over till breakfast. It is nearly 11:10, so we are, yeah, gonna make some oats. I find you're probably like, wow, this is late to eat breakfast, and I completely agree, it is. Obviously, as I said, I got up a bit later today, so that definitely helped with me not feeling super hungry. But something that I find works well for me with food, because once I start eating, I do get hungry quite often. I find when I train sort of like early afternoon, which is what I'm going to do today, if I can have my first meal around now, this will then tide me over through my workout, but also mean that I feel good and I feel fueled in my workout without getting like indigestion or anything like that. So I'm going to make my usual bowl of oats. Then I'm going to probably head back into my office, do the rest of the programming and have some electrolytes. Fun story actually about me. I only just started drinking electrolytes. I just basically, this is going to sound so crazy, but I didn't want to buy a load of electrolytes and flavours that I didn't like, so I just put off ordering them for ages. Got through Hyrox training, half marathon training, everything without them. Like obviously they're not an essential thing at all, but I think for me and my goals, I want to be performing at the best level that I can, and it's important that I am taking into account things like my hydration, as well as obviously recovery, everything like that, which is what I mentioned earlier. So basically, long story short, my best friend had some electrolytes that she bought that she didn't like, and the two of us will always like trade protein supplements, everything like that. Like if we buy something that we don't like the taste of, we'll give it to the other in the hope that they like it. So yeah, she had these electrolytes that she didn't like, and so I thought, well, there's no harm in trying them, and I actually don't mind them. So that got me on the electrolyte train, and now I know that there are some out there that I do like. So yeah, basically gonna pop these in the microwave. I've just got 30 grams of oats, and I just measured out a cup of water as well. I've always just made my oats with water, to be honest, because I put protein powder in anyway, so I don't find that it makes much of a difference with taste to have milk. So yeah, gonna put this in the microwave and then we will do the toppings as well. So that is oats cooked. I'm not about to wow you guys with a new oat recipe. If you have been here for a while, I literally still eat the same breakfast. But I just wanted to share a little hack that makes my life so much easier, and that is putting my bowl onto the scales and weighing everything as it goes into the bowl. So what I will do is put the bowl down and zero off my scales before I add my toppings, and then I can make sure that I'm putting the right amount of everything in, and yeah, not having to weigh out like every single ingredient as it comes out of the pack, which can be a bit of a faff. So first thing going in is my creatine. This is just unflavoured. I put it in my oats so I don't have to drink, I don't know, unflavoured white powder, which sounds kind of weird, but I just literally don't notice it like this, so that is why I do that. And then next thing that goes in is my chocolate protein powder. This is my absolute favourite. This is the Perform double chocolate flavour. It is vegan, just because I find that vegan protein just sits a little bit better on my stomach, and this is basically empty. I have a massive tub, it's like bigger than my head. I have another tub in the cupboard that I'm gonna crack open probably in the next couple of days. I've literally gone through so many tubs of this, and if you're someone who has protein and you know that you can get to the bottom of a tub of protein and not have the ick, like, you know it's a good flavour. So yeah, I swear by this flavour. My boyfriend also has the salted caramel flavour, which is nice. It's not quite the double chocolate, but it's another good one. So we also have that as well, and sometimes I will mix it up, do the same toppings, but have a different protein. So yeah, I will mix all this in. I always do it after it's been in the microwave, otherwise the texture goes literally really gross. But while I'm doing this as well, another hack that makes tracking your calories literally so easy, I was talking to my clients about it yesterday, is using the copy to and copy from functions on MyFitnessPal and tracking ahead of time. So I literally will track my entire week in one sitting. It takes me maybe 15 minutes, like if that, probably more like 5-10 minutes. It's so quick. And what I will do is basically go to Monday, I'll put in my breakfast, I'll put in my lunch, and I'll put in my snack for the week. And I basically eat the same things for my breakfast, lunch, and snack. And then once I have done that, I will basically go and copy it through the rest of my week. So that is everything tracked in one go, and I don't have to think about it. Next up, we're adding Greek yogurt. This is just an M&S 0% fat Greek yogurt. Literally doesn't matter what you use. I think a lot of people get very fixated on trying to overcomplicate nutrition and like what brands they should be buying and everything like that. But it's really not that deep. So we're gonna add 100 grams of this on top. So 2 like big tablespoons pretty much. And then spread that out. So it kind of makes almost like a, in my head, like a chocolate cake type base, and then like a creamy topping. Then we're going in with 100 grams of frozen raspberries. Again, I just use frozen because it is far easier and these keep so well. So like, for example, if I had a punnet of raspberries like this and I didn't get through it ahead of going on holiday next week, I'd obviously have to like throw them out, or they'd all go like mouldy basically by the time I get back. But these will literally just chill in the freezer and be absolutely fine. If you're also not new around here, you will know that I am obsessed with this almond butter, and I finally caved and bought a kilo size pack of it. This is literally huge. I had like the medium sized one of these, and I literally used to get through one every like couple of weeks, and I was like, why am I not just doing the more cost effective thing and buying the big one? I think because on the surface like it's a lot of money to spend on nut butter, but this is going to last me literally so long. I've had this a whole week already and I feel like I barely even touched the surface with it. So yeah, this stuff is insane, and at the moment I have about 15 grams on top of my oats. The good thing about this oat recipe is it's super customizable. So for example, if I was to go into like a dieting phase, all I would need to do would be adjust the quantities of my toppings. So the first things I would go to would be the nut butter and the dark chocolate that I'm going to put on in a second. I could also change the quantity of my oats. Equally, if I'm ever in a building phase as well and I need more calories, I need to like bulk out my meals a little bit more, this is really easy to do with stuff like this. And as always with all these ingredients, what I'm doing is just zeroing off the scales in between each one so I know how much I'm adding. Last topping to go on is dark chocolate. Another thing that I'm obsessed with is this sea salt, yeah, sea salt dark chocolate. Again, it just makes me feel like I'm eating dessert for my breakfast. And I can honestly tell you that I look forward to this so much every day. So I have 2 squares. Again, if I was in a diet phase, we would probably take one away and probably just have 1 square. If I was in a building phase and I really needed to push things up, I could always add an extra square. But let's be honest, the first point of call is obviously going to be adding more almond butter if I need more calories, because I could literally eat that stuff by the spoonful. And that is my breakfast all complete. I'm going to go sit on the sofa, chill for a little bit and eat this, and then we are going to go and finish these programs. We are officially back at the desk. Electrolytes are sizzling away, dissolving in there. I am just gonna literally log back on. I'm gonna do a little bit more programming, maybe like half an hour, let my food go down, and then head over to the gym. I don't know if I will get everything done that I wanted to work-wise, but I want to make sure that I get to the gym in good time so I can make sure that I have time for my sauna, time for my whole session, and obviously take you guys along with me as well. Work is done, gym fit is on, trainers are on, and we are ready to go to the gym. I've also packed my bags, they are down here. The reason I have 2 bags obviously is because one is my gym bag and one is a bag which has got my stuff for the spa. and then I'll probably have a shower at the gym afterwards as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive over to the gym now, aiming to be there and start my workout in the next half an hour. By the time I've got in the car, driven there, got into the gym, put everything in my locker and cracked on. So what I will do is switch over to my phone. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what is going on in today's workout. So we have got hamstrings and glutes and then an AMRAP to finish. And then yeah, I will check in with you guys on the other side. That is gym done. Now we're in the sauna. I have no idea if you guys can see me because it is really dark in here, but I've just set a time. I'm going to do like 10-15 minutes. I've got my Kindle. I'm just going to read that, chill, and then go shower and go home. I feel like it's moments like this where I really remember why I should use the spa that we have here, because it's honestly so lovely. Like, there are multiple saunas, steam rooms, jacuzzi, cold plunge, which I definitely don't go in. So yeah, it's making me realise that I should definitely come in here more. And just like that, we are back from the gym, and I honestly feel so good for just having that like literal short, sweet 15 minutes in the sauna. The sweat was real, but obviously, as I said earlier in this video, for me, recovery is so important right now. My body does go through a lot with training, and I think I often need to be reminded of that. And that's why when I had that chat with my coach the other week, I was like, actually, you are so right. It's something that I am definitely not putting as much effort into as I could be, which is why I think it's so important to have that level of accountability and to be able to learn from someone who is further ahead than you on your journey. And that's literally the exact reason why I work with a coach myself. But anyway, I am going to go and have my lunch now. We have got chicken Caesar salad literally waiting for me in the fridge for this week's meal prep, and honestly it's been so good so far this week, and I am really hungry after that session. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much as always for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.